Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Hope everybody's well. So today's topic is going to be blaming yourself for TMS or perceived danger pain is not part of the solution. Right? Something along those lines. So blaming yourself is not the solution. So relax your body, breathe a little bit, slow down. Kind of gather yourself, know that you're okay. Allow your breathing to settle down. All good, all good. Right? So, I find a lot of people in the group coaching calls to kind of judge themselves harshly for having perceived danger pain, TMS. Kind of believing that I did this. I caused this. They don't like themselves. They beat themselves up because I'm too anxious. I'm too oversensitive to everything. And I've got this pain, and that's all my fault. And look, I'm missing out on this, this, and that, and I can't be there for my family, and that's my fault. Okay? So, how's that working out for you? I say that with empathy. I'm just kind of curious. When has beating yourself up really, truly helped you? Look, I know there's times when we want to kind of give ourselves a kick in the ass, sometimes about getting stuff done. Maybe that diet you're focusing on, eating better. Sometimes a kick in the ass is good. But look, when you take a look at perceived danger pain, TMS, a highly sensitive nervous system, anxiety, depression, mental health challenges, physical health challenges, blaming yourself is not the solution. All it does is really make you feel worse and worse. And in the world that I operate in, Dan's world here, the brain perceiving danger is what's causing the symptoms. So the goal is to teach the brain that we're okay. And just ask yourself, when you're being highly self-critical and judgmental, does that make you feel safer or not so much? So, when has being overly critical about yourself helped you? And why do you think perceived danger pain, or TMS, is your fault? Look, a lot of the patterns of us being highly sensitive people, do-gooders, people pleasers, perfectionists, all that stuff started when we were kids. So much of it. These were our survival strategies when we lived in a chaotic environment. And even for people who didn't really live in that chaotic of an environment, there was still pressure to succeed and do good. And look, even in the most healthy family, there were kids who were like, oh, I just got yelled at by my parents. I don't want to have that happen again. So we go into people pleasing, try to be good, try to be the good little kid so I don't get yelled at again. That wasn't a parenting fault. It wasn't anything like that. And in some cases, it was a parenting fault. You know, some of us grew up in some chaos, and that it wasn't your fault. And the survival strategies of trying to be a high achiever and please the people around you, that's just what you had to do to make it through childhood. And those things carry on through life, through your teenage years, your young adult years, your middle-aged years, your older years. And many people are, 70 years old, and they are still walking on eggshells all the time. It's not your fault, all right? Now, the good news is, it's never too late. It's never too late to start to create safety and shift some of these overcautious, walking on eggshell behaviors. It's never too late. I truly think we can, with awareness, we can make decisions about how we're going to navigate the world. Show up on a day-by-day basis. How much we're going to beat ourselves up versus giving yourself some grace and compassion. TMS is not your fault. Perceived danger pain or other symptoms are not your fault. It's where you ended up. But that's not your fault, right? It's just where you ended up. And I can assure you that blaming yourself and criticizing yourself and judging yourself and beating the crap out of yourself all the time because you are not well currently, yet, you're not well yet, you will be, but because you're not feeling well and you may not be able to participate in a way that you would love to, you can't contribute as much around the house, you can't do as much for the kids or for your parents or for whomever. It's where you are. It's where you ended up. It's not your fault. I'm really trying to get that through because it's so, so important to forgive yourself and let yourself off the hook. And forgive yourself is almost an inappropriate statement because forgive yourself for what? For how you were brought up, how you were raised, and the brain and nervous system going on high alert and staying up there because of your experience in life. Not your fault. And even if you can find a story that goes, well, this thing, that was my fault. That was based on the decisions I made. Okay, gotcha. Beating yourself up over it, judging yourself, criticizing yourself is still not beneficial. It's still not. So blaming yourself and continuing to make it your fault is not beneficial, even if there was something you could have done differently. Here's what I'll tell you about the decisions we've made. We made the right decision at the time because that was the decision we made. And we made that decision based on what we knew at the time. Now, we all have things in our past that we go, oh boy, I wish I knew this or that. But we didn't. And so we made the best decision we could at the time. And we know that because that's the decision we made. So let yourself off the hook for any past regrets, any past mistakes you may perceive that you made. Because I can assure you, holding on to resentment for yourself, for mistakes you perceive you made that really weren't your fault because that's just the decisions you made based on what you knew at the time. You got to let yourself off the hook, folks. Beating yourself up is not part of the solution in teaching your brain that you are safe today so that your brain can turn off all of these false alarms. Is this making sense? I hope so. Blaming yourself, not a good solution, unless you just want to stay feeling bad, in which case it's an excellent way to go. But I really don't recommend that. You folks know me, you watch enough of my videos. My primary goal is to help you convince your brain that you're not really broken. You just thought you were, past tense, but you don't think you are anymore. You're learning and you are teaching your misinformed, scared brain that you're actually okay, and so it can turn off these false alarms that it's been sounding for, in some cases, years or decades. Grace. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some compassion, some self-love. And that can be hard. And if self-love seems out of reach because you don't even like yourself, treat yourself the way you'd like to be treated by others. You may find that with practice, it becomes easier. And as you stop beating yourself up for all of your perceived flaws, you'll realize you've got more bandwidth to start thinking, acting, and behaving like the person that you know deeply that you really are. We are so much more capable than we've given ourselves credit for. We're powerful. We're strong. We've gone through a lot. We've survived a lot. And we're still standing. One of my favorite lines is, you've got a 100% track record of making it through every bad day you've had. So if today's a rough day, you're going to make it through today too. So, what do you folks think? Comment below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up on YouTube, Facebook. Share it. If you're not a subscriber on YouTube, please hit the red subscribe button. And if you'd like some more help couple resources, dansfaststart.com, dansfaststart.com. That'll tell you all about the cause of pain and what to do about it, the cause of symptoms and what to do about them. Painfreeyousuccess.com. That's all my success stories at the time I'm recording this. I think I've got like 57 recorded at this moment. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about the group coaching, painfreeyougroup.com. And regardless, watch the daily videos. dansyoutube.com is where you will find the most recent videos at the top and scroll down for the older ones. So I hope all this stuff is helping you. Lots of people are getting better just by watching the free stuff. If you want some extra help, consider the group coaching. All the details are at Pain Free You Group. And hope everybody's gearing up to a nice holiday season. Whatever holiday you're celebrating, I'm sending you my love. And so I'm going to wrap this one up. I appreciate you. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care.